Hey guys, so I'm here to update you on what's going on. For those for you who follow me on Instagram, here's an update. The longer version basically. And for those who want to or doesn't follow me on Instagram, here's my username, which is basically Katie's. There's no apostrophe, underscore RNY underscore life. Um, and yeah, you can find me on Instagram there, and you can follow me. Sometimes I post more stuff basically there than on YouTube, but I'm basically gonna share the same amount of information as much as I could fit on here, basically. Um, last time I updated you guys, I don't know how far I was out. Basically, I am 3 weeks post-op. This upcoming Saturday will be a month post-op, and oh, I'm thirsty actually. And basically, I was, I was gonna say where I was admitted to the hospital 2 days ago because I had an appointment with my surgeon's office, and the nurse practitioner is the one who follows up with me, and she wanted to see how we're doing, and I haven't been doing very well actually those last couple of days. Um, I were I was actually throwing up all the time. I had more bad days than good days actually. Um, I started off drinking water fairly enough. They want me to get 50 ounces in. I'm still not even up to that. I still can't. On a good day, I can get the most like 30 ounces in. Um, what else? So I can. I was. I was in the stage of having mushy foods and like soft foods and also purees. I tried tuna fish. I didn't even get an ounce in. I did banana. Banana kind of went down really well, except for one day. One day I just got really nauseous and was not having it. For the most part, I'm always nauseous. I am always gagging, and if I'm not gagging, I might throw up occasionally. And if I do throw up, it's like once a day. And I'm always burping. I understand burping is always gonna come with this whole ordeal of having the surgery. But the whole gagging part and the throwing up, I know that's not supposed to be happening as far as I'm concerned. And as far as surgeons are concerned, they told me. Plus, vomiting and doing all that stuff causes the stomach to swell, and you're basically not giving yourself a break. So that was going on. So when I went into the appointment, I'm telling them this is all happening to me. And like I said, I'm having more bad days than good days. There was one day where I had like a piece of roll of ham and cheese, and I just had that one slice of cheese and one slice of ham, a little bit of mayo and honey mustard, and that went down perfect. And then I would have like string cheese, but I would have to eat it really slow. Like I literally would peel off each string of the cheese and stuff like that in order for me to have it go down very smoothly. Um, One day I had, like I said, I had the ham and cheese and two string cheese, and that was basically lunch, breakfast, and dinner for me, and that was actually perfect. But I know I'm not taking more than 2 ounces or 3 ounces, which I'm like where I'm supposed to be at so far right now. I'm only having an ounce or less, so I know that was something going on with that. And then on top of that, I'm having an ounce or less, and I'm gagging and throwing up what I'm about to have. So it's just like it wasn't a good thing. So during the appointment, they were concerned. I looked really nice that day. I had makeup on, but if I didn't have makeup on, I would have looked pale. So they were telling me it's hard to tell whether you're pale or not. I'm like, honestly, I'm pale under this. I have makeup on. So they send me over the hospital. The hospital's right across the street from their office, and they wanted to admit me. They wanted me to stay overnight, have IVs put in me. They said I was like dehydrated. I honestly never felt lightheaded. I didn't have a headache. I didn't have any of that stuff going on. I just knew I wasn't consuming as much water, but it got less and less as far as when I'm nauseous, I don't want to eat and I don't want to drink. I get scared. Like I don't want to put anything more into my body that's going to cause this even more. So I just like completely get that out of the way. I don't do anything. Um, but that day that I was admitted to the hospital, I didn't have time to have breakfast that day because I had that appointment, and it basically became 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I haven't eaten anything, and I was like starving, and I'm in the waiting room. of the emergency area, and well, the emergency room. I'm in the waiting area, and I'm there waiting, and I'm like hungry, and there's a vending machine. My boyfriend gets to eat, but I'm like, okay, what the hell am I gonna eat? So I didn't have. I was like, I'm out of basically options unless I eat something. So my boyfriend had like pretzels. I had like two of those, and they actually went down pretty well. And then I was like, oh my god, that just opened my appetite even more. So I got the vending machine. They had like baked Lay's chips. So I had that. I actually ate them pretty fast, but I was chewing very much. And that went down really well. Um, so well. Like, I wasn't gagging. I didn't have to throw up. I got very full. I almost had a whole entire like bag, like, which is like one of those bags, like this much. I just probably like left two pieces. Um, the only thing, I had a lot of gas afterwards. Like, I had to burp all the time. Thank God I was wearing my like jacket, my North Face, which I wear to work. And when I take to work, I take like the gas X strips, and I had one of those. So I took them out and I pop it in my mouth, and it kind of helped me a bit. Then I actually had to spend the night at the hospital. They wanted me to do a CT scan to see everything's okay. Basically, it sucked because the whole entire time I was at the hospital, I couldn't drink water, I couldn't have ice, I couldn't have anything. The only thing I was allowed to have was like this liquid thing that they were giving me so they could see in the CT, like my stomach area, that I would like basically highlight or glow in there. Um, and even after I came back from CT, I wasn't able to have anything either. Specific directions: do not give anything by mouth, like no water, no ice, no nothing. Basically, the surgical residents and the surgeon came in. Not the same surgeon that I had. He kind of took me to another person because he wasn't there that day. My surgeon. He took me to one of his coworkers, I guess, that he also does the same surgeries. They came to see me in the morning, and they said that nothing was wrong with my CT scans, that everything was fine, that they prescribed me more Zofran, which I already have at home, which really didn't help as much with the nausea. And that's basically it. They told me to take my omeprazole twice a day, actually, instead of only in the morning. They wanted me to take one in the morning and at night. And basically that was it as far as the hospital stay, which I was a little disappointed. And then my boyfriend's car broke down, so now it's making it even like 10 times harder to keep up with this whole surgery thing. Um, what else? Basically, they wanted me to do a follow-up appointment. They wanted me to do another upper GI. I did one in the first week after surgery, and now they want me to do one again because the surgeon was concerned that my bypass was actually starting to close, and that they were probably gonna have to do an endoscopy. And he didn't specifically tell me what's gonna happen in the endoscopy, but I already spoke to some other people who has this happen to them, where they were gonna have to stretch out the stomach, like blow in air into the stomach to stretch it out because they're not consuming as much food as they're supposed to at the stage that they're at. So, but as funny as it seems and all this was going on, I came home. I had soup. They put me back on liquids. I had soup the first day, and I had like wonton, like fried noodles with that. Not the noodles, but like the little strips that comes with the wonton soups. I had it with that, and it seemed fine. My parents bought bread that day. I took a bit. I was hungry, and my stomach was fine. Like, it's funny because the day that I went to the appointment, the day that they sent me across the street to the emergency room, they wanted me to move on to solid foods. But the fact that I was telling all these symptoms to them, they were like, you know what, you're not going to be ready for this yet. We're not going to put you on solids anymore. So I was like, you know what, they're going to put me on solids anyways. Let me give this a try. If I'm going to throw up, what's the worst? I've been doing this like for a whole week already. Like, what's going to happen? So I gave it a try. Everything was going down smoothly. I had bread. Nothing happened. Um, what else did I have that was solid? I had something else. I don't remember. I'm actually more scared of having meats because I feel like it's more heavier on my stomach than the actual bread. The bread is light and fluffy. I can break it down and chew it very well. But the meat, it's very muscular and it's very firm, and I'm there forever chewing. I can never like break it down, make it like as small as possible. I eventually have to like swallow, and it's like by the time I'm like chewing, it's dry, and I can't even have like water and with my meal, because that just creates more gas or makes you nauseous, or like all these things. It just makes it impossible. So I'm actually more scared of having meats, even shrimp, because I tried shrimp before and like chew, and it's still texture there. Like it doesn't break down that easy as much as you should chew. And as far as I'm concerned, the more you chew, the less flavor it has, the less saliva you have at that point, the less everything, and it goes down drier. So it's just been really hard actually getting my protein in, because I haven't had any shakes since I actually got out of the hospital, which sucks. I know it completely sucks, and I'm doing really bad at that. My stomach right now, I don't want to say it's that I can't handle it, but the thing is, the fact that I have to take tiny sips, and I like my protein shake very, very, very cold. It has to, like, I don't know how to explain it, and the aftertaste, it just makes me more thirsty. And then the fact that I can't put water right after is just like, I'd rather not. I'd rather do it with food. I'd rather do it with something else, So, I can't do protein shakes right now, and it sucks because I can't really do meats either, for the fact that I'm scared of like that texture, and I feel when it goes down, I feel like it's really rough on my stomach. One thing I tend to notice also, when I got on mushy foods and soft foods, I tried eggs. Um, a small egg, I did scramble. I did a little bit with ketchup. I did it plain one time. I did it so many different ways, and I weighed it, and they're all like at least an ounce or less. No, an ounce or a little bit more. I'm sorry, and I can never finish it, and it's very heavy on my stomach. And today, since I already had bread, yesterday I had like I went to my cousin's house. She made ham and cheese on whole wheat toast and a little bit of mayo, and I split it with my mom. Like, they cut it in half. I only had like a quarter of that half, and it went down fine. I was like perfect. I was surprised. Like, I'm keeping this a secret, so my cousin did not know, so I couldn't, like, not eat. And at the same time, it's just like, I don't want her to like question it, so I only kind of had a little bit, and I gave the rest to my mom. I made it seem like I only ate around the not around the inside of the crust. Like, I left the crust on. I gave it kind of to my mom. I made it seem like that, but it went down really well. I didn't feel too full. I didn't feel like gagging. I didn't have nausea. I had a little bit of gas, but I was able to get that out. Like, I didn't have to. Usually, sometimes when I have gas, I have to stand up and I have to actually walk around the kitchen, do some laps of walking, and do all that stuff. But I actually was able to hold it down really well, and that went well. So since I had that today, my brother was going to the store and he asked if I wanted anything. I was gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich, like just get one slice of toast and just you know put it in half like that, and just make it like a grilled cheese sandwich and just have like the insides and leave the crust out. Um, but what happened is, I was like, I had something heavy sort of yesterday. Let me get one egg and cheese on whole wheat toast with a little bit of sausage. I had 4 bites as well on that, and I just think I can't tolerate eggs at all. And it's funny because I grew up having like a egg sandwich all the time, and I just can't have any more eggs as right now. At least from what it seems like. I don't know if it could have been the fact there was sausage. I don't know if it was a breakfast patty sausage. I don't know if it was due to the fact of the egg, but basically it just didn't sit well. I was nauseous today. I actually had to throw up, and I had a lot of gas today. Another thing I had, and I don't know if I'm supposed to, basically I'm not told to be on the solid stage. I'm doing this out of my risk, which is sort of bad, but I feel like I'm ready. My stomach is actually handling bread, and I drink sort of water like 20 minutes afterwards, which could expand my stomach with the bread, but I haven't had any problems with that yet. So, like I said, I'm doing good. I've been actually having grapes, green grapes. To me, it helps me a lot just because when I'm thirsty, it's very juicy and like moistens my mouth. Um, so that was just like really good. The only thing is since it seems a little watery, it seems like sometimes it builds gas in my stomach because I feel like I kind of eat them fast. Actually, it's green grapes. I actually haven't eaten the skin, which is weird. I just put the skin apart, and I have the green grapes, have them in, and they just seem like water and so juicy, and like I kind of eat them fast, so I guess that's why it kind of builds up gas. I don't know, but they haven't given me any problems. I had some yesterday and today. I actually ran out already. Um, and that's kind of my update. And I'm sorry for being MIA, but it's just I haven't been really feeling very well the past week. And me being admitted one overnight at the hospital was, and then I got back home and I was still feeling like, I felt better, but today I feel like crap. But I feel like I should have let you guys know what's going on. Um, so basically, I haven't really discussed the numbers with you. Um, I don't really do measurements, but okay, I'm not even gonna go on measurements because I'm not accurate at this point. I know I measured myself like a couple of days ago, but I don't remember the exact numbers, so I'm not gonna go there. So we're just gonna go on to the weight. I first started on my pre-op diet at being 239, I believe. A couple of days before starting my pre-op diet, I was at 245 actually. So I don't know if you want to count the 245 because that was actually like a couple of days before. Let's just do it at that. 245, right? And I lost. I went down all the way to 227 the day of surgery. The day of surgery, I weighed 227. So that was 18 pounds that I lost just on pre-op diet, because I remember by the time I was on my second week of my pre-op diet and I went to the surgeon's office and they weighed me, I weighed 241, but that was with clothes, so that was really 239. Yeah. And now from 245 before, no, let's put it this way. From 227 the day of surgery to now being at 209. I'm at 209. That's another 18 pounds. So in total loss with the surgery, I'm actually doing this on the phone because I'm not all that great at math on the spot. A total loss with the surgery and with the pre-op diet, I lost a total of 36 pounds, which is not bad, which that's less than within a month. I just really can't wait until I get 199 pounds. The last time I weighed this much, basically, I was coming back from college. I was upstate. I didn't finish college yet. I'm only 21. But, actually, I should be soon to be finishing, but still. I've been taking breaks on and off just because of financial reasons. But at the time I last, was at this weight range, I was coming back from upstate from college, and I was on my way to see a nutritionist because I was gaining weight so fast that I don't understand, and I wanted to sort of taking control of my life. So, yeah, that was when I last weighed this much, and then from there it kept going up and up. It was not until a week before surgery that and me watching the show My Big Fat Fabulous Life, did I consider that I could have PCOS. And when I decided to actually get this checked out, I went to my primary care doctor. She's like, "Oh, this is your gynecologist that has to do this." I had no idea who do I need to see to check this out to find out if I have this. At that point, I actually wanted to know for sure before having surgery to see if this is going to make a big difference, if this is going to take this away after surgery. I want to know before having surgery just to make sure if this is actually real and it's in my life right now. So I went to the gynecologist. The gynecologist couldn't really do a blood work upon it because I have, like I've talked about in my previous video, that I have a birth control. I have the Implanon that's like somewhere here. I don't even know anymore where it's at. I have one more year of that left. and he did a sonogram of my ovaries, and it seemed like I have more I guess cysts or those pearl looking things on your ovaries than what you would normally have. So he says there is a suspicion there, but with the surgery, this will be all better. So, um, there's a possibility that I have PCOS and not know it. And that could have been my reason of gaining all this weight, because I've gone to the gym, I've worked out in the summertime. I might lose like 5 pounds in the summertime, but it's not like anything good enough. But this concludes this whole video and giving you an update of where I'm at. So, thank you guys. Hopefully it gets better on from now. I feel a little bit better. Today wasn't a good day, but tomorrow hopefully will be better. And I just pray to God every day that it gets better. And hopefully if anybody is new to this, it will be better for you too when you once hit this road and you feel stuck and you feel like you regret this whole situation, which I do a lot. But we all know we're doing this for the better, and everybody says it's gonna get better, and I believe it will get better. So with that, good night everybody. It is nighttime in New York. It is now 9:14, and enjoy your evening if you're here in New York or anywhere else in the world.